So thumbnails is like this. This is a thumbnail. I'm sure everybody here is familiar with the thumbnail, but whoa, I'll tell you what, 2.5 years ago, I spent so much money filming an entire podcast series. I spent so much money 2.5 years ago because I didn't know about Podhead, and they were great interviews. I mean, they were awesome interviews with really great people. We had a whole production team in the UK helping me do it. It was a whole thing. And nobody watched it. A few people watched it, a few hundred people watched it, and that's not nobody, but you know what I mean. And it was because I'm talking production days, call sheets, directors, producers, people in the UK talking to people in the US. Even with all that, when it came time to upload it, I was like, I wonder what that picture on there should be. I just put this. I went into Canva, and I was just like, and I put a blue thing there and somebody's name across, like anybody would know what I was talking about. And it was like, oh my God. And it was just, the packaging was all wrong. So now I know about packaging. Thumbnail, title is so important, we talked about earlier. Your title, one of the things I recommend is having it be about 55 characters or less. It's not a hard and fast rule, but you're thinking about, they're looking at it on their phone. They may be looking at it on their laptop or their television. They're seeing it in different ways. On their phone, it's probably going to get cut off in the first few words. So you need to kind of get their attention fast, even with the thumbnail. Because sometimes you'll look at the thumbnail first, and then you look at the title. Sometimes you look at the title first, and you look at the thumbnail. Sometimes you see it both at the same time, and it kind of meshes. But think about every single type of thinker and viewer and observer and person. They're going to see something different. And so you got to optimize both. A lot of that, the packaging is also in your concept of the video. Because if you don't think through and prepare the video concept, that is like 80% of it. Is like, what is this video about? I'm not just going to go, I guess I should record today. Let me go ahead and do it. And I'll just record something and I'll just put it up. You're going to say, you don't have to spend like hours or days. Like some people spend days prepping, and it saves them a lot of time on the other side, and they have really great success with that. I think as long as you spend kind of at least the same amount of time prepping as you do filming and editing, it's kind of a good match. It's not a hard and fast rule. None of this is hard and fast rule, but my point is having the same thought process that you're going through today, that you've already started thinking through stuff, and that you'll probably do for the first 2-3 videos, keep that energy. That preparation of, why am I filming this? What do I want to happen from this? Do I want more people to know me? Do I want to get a message out? Do I want to make a certain amount of money over the next year? When you know your intention behind something and the why, that preparation is great. And it may be that you're not going to use a script, which again, I don't recommend using a script, but you might want to have some stats. You might want to have some things that are really kind of important that you get right and that you don't have to like break from your video to figure out. You might want to do something where you're doing a deep dive and you're prepping materials for it. You might want to prep it in a way that you're like, I'm going to interview somebody. I'm going to get on a Zoom and interview somebody. We're going to have a robust discussion. Let me prep that conversation. But the thumbnail, this thumbnail was done with AI. Sorry to any of the artists in the room. I may upset you with this next portion here. But we took pictures today for your thumbnails. You can create thumbnails in a few ways. One way is Canva. Canva's cool. It's a juggernaut. It's amazing. I just don't think it's the top thing for thumbnails, in my opinion. You can hire somebody on Fiverr, $10, $15 to do a thumbnail. So worth it. Like a good thumbnail artist, so worth it. Sometimes when you're doing it, you kind of have to shop around for a little bit. Have 2 or 3 people do the same thumbnail so you can get the style that you actually like. A lot of times, especially if they're $10 or $15 each, it's a big agency or a big kind of farming out to other people, so you won't have consistency in your thumbnail. So it's a little bit of a give and take sacrifice, but it is my opinion that you should try to take the friction out of uploading, which means someone else does your thumbnails, someone else does your editing. On Fiverr, you can find somebody to do your editing. But that, again, you need to shop around a little bit. So with the thumbnail, you have Canva, you have yourself and other ways to do it. You can go into vidIQ, vidIQ.com. This is like if I'm doing a list, I'm saying Canva, vidIQ, this is like lower. Canva's number 4 out of 4. vidIQ is 3, in my opinion, when it comes to thumbnails. And Fiverr would be 2. I'll show you one in a sec. So this is cool. It's not great, but it's very much so something like you want to pay a monthly fee and try to just do this yourself. I even have prompts for this because I do think it's great. So you go to inside of vidIQ.com, you go into create, you hover over create, and then you select thumbnails. I know not everybody's able to see it, but you select thumbnails. And in that, it will bring up this where you can prompt it. So I'll show you where you're, add a person or object. Yeah, so, and then you're gonna prompt it here. So I'm gonna just show you this, but before I show you this, I wanna show you the number 1 to me. This is the one I'm so excited about. I've geeked out on this a lot inside of the Arlan's All Access and on YouTube, but it's Pikzels. It's called Pikzels, Pikzels. And until we find out that it's like someone problematic who owns it or something, or they're stealing all kinds of stuff, I'm just gonna keep using it because it is the best thumbnail creator I have ever seen. And that thumbnail that I showed you earlier was done on it. There are others that have been done on it. I can go to my, and sometimes it does not do a good job, but sometimes it does a really great job. Let's see if I can pull up anything that I worked on. Yeah, anybody recognize that from a video I just did recently? I did that. What's cool about it is I don't upload my picture every time. So we just took pictures, right? I don't upload my picture every time, and it makes that. I didn't do like this somewhere, and then it uploaded it to that. What I did was one time, when I signed in and I paid for it, I went over here to, this is Pikzels. I went over here to this lower left-hand corner, and I clicked on personas. Personas. And when you click on personas, you can, it asks you for 10 to 20 photographs of the person, of you. And it shows you kind of what it doesn't want. It doesn't want like a bunch of stuff on the screen. It doesn't want like glasses, like sunglasses on. It wants these different pictures, but different poses. So everything y'all just did, you would upload those pictures that you have, and you'd upload any other pictures that you have. And give it 10 to 20. It says 20 is better, but 10 to 20 will work. I think I did like 15. And then you give it about 10 minutes. Once you click yes, go for it. And from that point on, in your account, you can select a persona. I have different ones here for different tests that we've done. I select my persona every time I want one of me. And now I've selected the prompt option. I'm going to prompt it. And I just give it a prompt. Now this is one where you don't want to give it a crazy prompt. Like I do a lot of prompt optimization. You don't want to do like Gettysburg Address here. Because a lot of times when you give that kind of thing to a chat GPT or otherwise, you'll get some great responses. This one is more straightforward. So even the example that it's really small, but it says, generate a sinister, greedy version of Mario, like Mario, whatever, or close-up shot of a Mustang 5.0L V8 engine with bold texture, samurai walking with the blood-red path. It's not that it can't be like intricately said, it's just that it shouldn't be long. It should be like a few sentences. So here, I always say, Arlan is confident and happy. The back, sometimes I'll say surprise or whatever. The background is purple and she's wearing a purple hoodie. I started putting the purple hoodie into it because it'll put that right on me. You can have your hoodie say something. You can have your shirt say something. The one with Diane, if you saw any of with Diane, where it's like this woman who we're helping have like a YouTube makeover. That thumbnail of her going, that's all done here, because we uploaded her pictures that were very pixelated, very kind of this, that, and the other. And so the better picture you have, the better it'll do here. I'll give you more. So these are kind of basic ones. Let me give you something. Like YouTube pays how much? Oh my gosh, this. Never once did this. Never once posed for it. Just trained it on me. Again, no shade to any artists in the room that are like half the room. Let's see. Arlan has her hand up to her mouth in disbelief. She is looking at a laptop with a YouTube video on it. The thumbnail says, YouTube pays how much? Now, obviously, I'm not looking at the laptop. What it does, unless you really tell it not to, is it forces the eye to go to the camera. It does not like moving your face away from the camera for some reason. Cool. Let me see if we can find the basketball ones or ones where I look crazy. Yeah, look. Pay us what you owe us. I like that it's guns, but it's still fat guns. It's like, right, you know? Like, I love that. Okay. First impression. This I'm using on the course. You should ask that, sure. And then I'm just like, oh my gosh, Fiverr? Wow. Oh my gosh. But I asked for that one. Arlan is at a desk on a laptop. The screen at the laptop shows the Fiverr website. There is green background for the thumbnail. Because I wanted to do money, I think. No, Fiverr, I think, is green. So seriously, there's some really funny ones. I want to find it. Yes. Change. I could be in a dress. I could be in anything. I use this not only for YouTube, but I use it for all of my, all of the thumbnails in my stand store for my courses. Use something that I made, including this one. So when it does a second person, it does that's me as a guy. That's me as a guy. So it doesn't know how to give you just another person unless you do this other version of it, but we won't do that today. So that's me, hey. And this is for my interview with School of Hard Knocks, who does these types of like street interviews. And that's me. It's so crazy. It's really, really fascinating. Now this one was more concrete. I think I did go to ChatGPT for this. Create a vibrant YouTube thumbnail featuring Arlan interviewing a wealthy person. Every single person that it gave me, by the way, was male. Not one black person. Just saying. This is Recreate, but I don't want to get into those because that's a little bit further down the line. But I used this to make $17,000 a couple of weekends ago, and it was much needed for a family member. And what I did was I wanted to do an exploding video where I was just going to delete the video after a few hours. So I wanted to do like that 24 show, hand up. This thumbnail helped to get the attention of the people. The video itself and the hook helped to do the this and the that and the other. So it's all going to lead to the monetization. I'm deleting this, and I just happen to say I'm deleting this in 24 hours. I don't know, I just wanted to see if there's a logic that they would understand, and they did. I didn't really tell them exactly how to make the countdown clock, so I think it did kind of understand what I meant by that. I don't know. Sometimes I just do it for no reason, like I don't do it just because I want to. Oh, here's the one with Diane. Oh, look at that. All right. That says, Arlan is a fighter pilot in a fighter pilot outfit holding a glowing YouTube revenue sign. It's pretty amazing. This is the one Diane I was talking about. So we had different ones for Diane. That's the one that's currently on. Look how short the prompts are. Look how many dresses. I just said pretty dress or beautiful dress. They just put her in a beautiful dress. So I actually won't even do vidIQ because it doesn't do this. It does an okay job though. It does kind of, it does this. So I have a prompt shop and some of them are thumbnails. It did, so this was this was, both of these are Pikzels made. Both of these are made. I copied this from someone else who copied it from someone else. These two were on vidIQ. And after working on so many thumbnails, this was actually really good. I'm like, cool. Like it's attention grabbing. It's clean. It's clear. It's done. Like ChatGPT can't do that with the face. It just doesn't know how yet. So I think it works. That's why I have it on the prompt shop. So you can do vidIQ instead. And the reason you would do that over Pikzels is if you're trying to save money and you also want those analytics that you can get on vidIQ, because it works. You just want to do what works best for you. Do you want to do one live? You want to make one live?
Yeah, let's do it. Yes.
All right, give me something. What am I doing? Arlan is what?
A gladiator.
Is a gladiator. What else am I doing? Or what is? Oh, I'm saying of the same one. Say it again. A gladiator walking. I don't know if it can do a dog. I don't know if it can make that. Walking her dog. Let's just see what happens. Who knows?
You as a dog?
Huh? Walking her dog.
Oh, is it going to be you as a
Oh, probably. That'll be messed up. You know what it did? It made me as a ghost. It was really weird. There's a bunch of... Yeah. No, it really did. It was like, but it tripped me. Oh, you know what tripped me out the most? Please remember your question. It tripped me out the most. There's a picture of me, it was for a caretaker video. So I said I wanted me to be walking an elderly person without knowing that it was going to do my face. So it's me walking myself in my 80s. I got to tell you, I'm cute in my 80s and 70s. Oh, I'm cute. But it was so... It's like I'm in a walker, and I'm helping myself. And I actually had to shut it, because it was so profound, because I want to live that long, but it was also like, ooh, that's going to happen, isn't it? Yeah, it was just weird. Anyway, you want your thumbnails to not be too cluttered. Also, let me just say this. There's a bonus that I have for you all that kind of covers all of the nitty-gritty of everything. So don't worry if you're missing any little pieces. You want your thumbnails to be not cluttered with words. So a lot of times you'll see a thumbnail and it's like a whole sentence, it's a whole paragraph, because you're like, oh, well, if they see it, then they'll understand what the video is and they'll want to click on it. But if it's too cluttered, they'll just go to the next one. So you want it to be sparse. I don't have the best track record with my thumbnails. I just do a lot of experimenting, which I think is actually really, really valuable. You see, there's even YouTube pays how much and Substack pays how much. These two do well on click-through rate, but that's the most words I would have if I can help it. So that's one thing. You want it to be sparse and kind of just get to the point. Big part of that is you don't want it to just repeat your title. That's what I used to do all the time. Title, and then the thumbnail says it. They're not seeing it separately. They're seeing it together. So you want it to complement it. So learn this skill. This is a title that has worked really well for me. Learn this skill, because I think it's because my viewers want to put in the work. They don't want it the easy, lazy. None of that works for them. And earn money on YouTube from day one. See, even that is too long, because it cuts off, in my opinion. 53 characters, 55 is my end. But see, and then this is if they see this first, then you're kind of explaining it. And if they see this first, it's even amplifying. If they see the title first, you're amplifying it with the thumbnail. And if a lot of people can see it both at the same time, our brains are really, really advanced. So you don't even know which one you saw first, but they complement each other. And the thumbnail too, and the title, you want to have intrigue, but not too broad of intrigue. This is where it gets interesting too. A lot of times I used to make my titles you won't believe this, or whatever, right? Or even my thumbnails, I'd say, you won't believe it. It's funny because that seems to me, it would draw attention because it is intriguing. It causes intrigue and curiosity. But it's so vague that people can't make the determination that it's worth their time. So that's where it's I'm telling you this is going to be a video about YouTube paying something. But the intrigue comes into how much. And what is this skill? I'm not saying, watch this video and you'll be blown away. I'm saying learn this skill. Obviously, I'm going to teach you that. And then earn money on YouTube. Boom. Okay, this is a YouTube video about earning money. Okay, so every once in a while I'll do a video that says, if you do this, you'll earn money, and it doesn't do as well as just telling people what they're gonna get themselves into. But you don't give away the plot. You just tell them what the plot, the subtext, the sub thingy, the log line. Substack pays this much. That one did well, I think Substack is like trending right now, so it did well, and then once people got into it, they watched a lot of it because Gail is awesome. So she earned $16K. When I did the one with Kim, who's called the Oprah of AI, I had the kind of Oprah-looking thumbnail, and I was like, she's called the Oprah of AI, and I had my picture on it, because I'm gonna take that for now. I'm not the Oprah of AI, but when you get there, she's the Oprah of AI. So, and this one is even better because this one is unlisted now. So it's not on, but this wasn't exploding. I'm deleting this in how many hours? Use this one with care. Don't overdo this one, especially don't overdo it early. Nobody cares unless it's like really specific. But when done well, they're actually really good. So that, yeah, you want to have, they say that having one picture of a person and one picture of an object is like the right balance because it causes people to have to answer their own question, answer a question that has not been posed. Does that make sense? They have to like, what those two things? So I have my phone and my face. I have me and these two. Now, these two have done okay. Substack, look at that. They're back to back. Why did Substack do 16K and YouTube do 1.4K when YouTube is what most people come to see me now about? We won't know. I can't tell you the answer to that, although I do think Substack is trending because of their recent valuation. So anytime I can do, I stole this one for sure, but anytime I can do my own style, I try to do that. And anytime I can do something that has 2 words, whew, I love it. 2 or 3 words, I'm all about that, without it being too vague. So when I said the word broad there, I meant vague. You are money. Now I used to, before I got into all these thumbnails, all of my thumbnails looked like this. And I did this on Canva. So the $1 Million Skill, which was a Fiverr person did this. But I saw this with Dan Martell. Dan Martell has one like that did really well, so I just took it. He takes some, I took his. But look at this. The 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 8th. So is that 6 or 5? Half or more of my top 10 ever watched videos on YouTube this is me in Canva with my little chubby face going. And just 2 or 3 or 4 words. At the end of the day, even with all the Gladiator stuff. The Gladiator one would not get more views than that. Because it's like, what is it worth for somebody? And I'm not Mr. Beast, and I'm not, an entertainment. Many of you could be in entertainment, but it's a whole different kind of ballgame. For the most part, their videos are gonna be like this, where they're gonna have that person on there, they're not even on it, and they're gonna have that yellow background and that. Another good example is my friend Callum. Look at Callum's videos. He is not going astray from this. Like if he strays from it, he's gonna do all of them like that.
Anytime you see software, period.
Okay, it's better to find something that works and kind of just do that. It really is. I think I'm just a big experimenter, so I'm trying to find that thing for me. And so you see his, there I am. Okay, you see his, there I am again. But here he is, all of his. Now, it looks kind of similar to Colin and Samir a little bit, but he found something that works for him. Instead of doing all the yellow, he makes one word yellow. And Callum, he's 25 or something. I'm mad at him, but he's 25. And he just reached 200,000 subscribers. And he tests his thumbnails and his titles like dozens of times. Because he does look up to Stephen Bartlett. He's British. He does a podcast series like Stephen's, in my opinion. And Stephen Bartlett tests his hundreds of times. Don't do that, please. No need for our purposes. But he tests his quite a bit. So, yeah, I mean, and it's easier. Like if I found one that still worked, I don't think those would work today, the ones that I showed you. I might try it for a week and see. But I just tried it now, and it's the one I just did today, or yesterday. So we'll see how this one does over the next few days. But it's the one that's why I tried it, because I'm like, I wonder if that would work again. What I do now is I'm not gonna press record until I have a thumbnail, at least an idea for the thumbnail. I'm not pressing record. I know the title, and I know the thumbnail, and then I record to that. It's like a title of a song. For me, I know you can make a song title after you make it, but to me, it's just like, what is this about? And then I go through all the titles, I go through all the thumbnails. I find the thumbnail and it gives me inspiration, and then I do the video. There really aren't any guidelines. It's all experimenting for your channel. So I can give you some suggestions and where to start, but then you start uploading, seeing what is getting, and it's like, okay, let me look at why that did well. You talked about capitalizing versus not. Some people do all lowercase letters. That's their style. It works for them. For other people, it's like, why are they doing that? Are they children? Like, what's going on? But for other people, it's like, it's so quaint for them that it works in their lane, right? They've experimented. It worked one time, so they kept doing it. When it comes to the time urgency, oh yeah, look at this one. Need $1,000 today, capitalized. Do this now, capitalized. That's my growth video, so I want more people to see it and feel, it's like I want this video to feel like it's a painkiller for them. We talk about painkillers in sales and in marketing. You want your offer to be a painkiller versus a vitamin, something that is urgent versus nice to have. Not to say that vitamins are not good, they can be sold, but if you can take someone out of pain or help them with something, make something more convenient, then you're good. There's a whole offer thing, right? It's the same thing with your title, especially if you're doing something that you want a lot of people to see or you want the right people to see. So you don't have to necessarily only think about pain points with growth. It could be, I have one that's like, why YouTube is great for doctors. It has fewer than like 1,000 views, when most of mine have many more. But how many doctors have like people in the medical profession written me and said, I found you, this is awesome. It's because I titled it and I gave the thumbnail, like doctors need to see this, right? So that's where it comes from. But I would just experiment. The best thing you can do for yourself, because you're getting this information now, and you're not so 20 to 50 videos in, is that you can document. It's like a little session. Okay, this one did this amount. This got this CTR, this many views in the first week. It was called this, case sensitive. I use this thumbnail. I even have I know people who do way more than I do when it comes to documenting, so I don't think this is all crazy, but I do have threads where I have the thumbnail that I used. If I'm trying 4 or 5 thumbnails for that one video, I'll put the thumbnail and the title, and I'll say what the CTR was for the first few hours, and then I'll switch it, and then I'll embed the thumbnail, so I can look back on it and say, let me see if I can get any information from this observation. There's one, it's one where I have just a couch on fire. A chair on fire, because it was a dumpster chair that was refurbished by someone who I interviewed. Then I ended up buying it on the interview. So I bought this from her on the interview. So she's awesome, this Nico. She took a dumpster chair, filmed herself with an iPhone on a tripod for an hour or two, refurbishing it. She put the video up on YouTube, and now it has 258,000 views. And it's not even landscape. If she had come to me first, I would have said, you gotta do landscape. Doesn't matter what I would have said. 258,000 views. She sped it up, it's 10 minutes long. She put some words on the screen like it was on Instagram a little bit. And not only does she have 258,000 views, monetized with this video, one video, she sold out all of her merch, she has multiple commissions she hasn't even gotten to yet because she can't go through all the emails. She's been reached out to by all kinds of people. I'm sure she'll have somebody reach out from a show. It is all that, one video. So I interviewed her, and then I'll just show you this if you haven't seen it. Oh. And then you also, I'm going to buy the chair from the video. And you live in Georgia, so I know it's kind of crazy to get it to LA. I'm actually going to do a big kind of thing with it. It might be a giveaway, it might be donating it to something, but I think that chair goes beyond just, I think the chair goes beyond just being a chair. I think that it like belongs in a museum. It does, so it's beautiful. We're gonna do something really special with it. So we will do something special with it. But that thumbnail, what was that thumbnail? Paid for garbage. Anyway, that one was Fiverr before I discovered Pikzels. YouTube Studio is YouTube's analytics, not to be confused with mine. They give you hundreds of data points. I look at those hundreds of data points all the time. But to me, the CTR and the retention, obviously retention is really more important than CTR, truly. But to me, CTR is really important when I'm studying it for, do I need to keep that thumbnail there? Do I need to keep that title there? Is it working? Can I leave it alone and then see what other things I want to look at later? That's what I'm looking at, for the most part. Another little hack is you can, after you have a few videos up, you will start to have those analytics. You won't have many at the beginning. When you have a few videos up, go into your the advanced section. Go here into analytics, here, and then go click on advanced mode, and it'll give you all kinds of stuff. And you can download it here with this little download button. Download those analytics. Let's say you have 10 videos, 20 videos. I'll do it today with 500 plus. Download those analytics, head on over to ChatGPT, tell it to analyze the analytics, and tell you the next 3 videos you should make. Because it's not just taking from what it thinks you should do, it's taking from what has actually worked for you. And they're not going to be perfect. You might say, I don't think that's a good idea, but it's a really great thing to do. You can do all kinds of stuff with that. What are the next 3 videos? What is resonating with my audience based on these statistics? What can you tell me about what people are looking at the longest and why they're looking at it? Another hack is you go to one of your videos, if you can find a video, let's say a video of yours has like 20 comments or more, just drag it. Start here with anyone's, I know I'm in the way, but start here and just hold down and copy. And just do this as long as you possibly can. And then stop and then Command C on a laptop, on a MacBook, and copy it just like that. Put it in ChatGPT and just say, based on my comments from my recent video or this video from last year or whatever, but you want to do it recent, what is the general sentiment of my audience? What do they need from me? What kind of video could I make that would speak to what they have to say? It gives you really, really great information, especially if you've been using ChatGPT a long time. I think it's a good time for us to transition into making money. Does that sound good to anybody?